This is Team Rai with episode 15. I have another special guest, actually two of them.
I'm Chronix, and this is Crystal from the Most Extreme Wrestling. How's it going, man?
I'm doing awesome. I really appreciate you guys coming to my show for the first time.
Oh, no problem, man. I know what it's like. Like, when I first started out, no one would let me be on their show, so I completely understand.
Yeah, I have been doing this for a while. Okay, let's kick off to discuss about the Nature Boy. Woo! Expecting back to WWE. So what's your thoughts on that, guys?
Well, I'm just hoping that he doesn't try to get back in the ring. I mean, I would love to see him back, you know, as in a power position, like when he came back in 2002 and all that kind of stuff. I just, you know, I mean, I think that pretty much every wrestling fan has realized that his in-ring career is over.
Yes, please don't get back in the ring, dude. You were waiting.
But I mean, but seeing him back in the company would be great because he is an important figure to wrestling, and I would love to see him back.
Agreed.
Oh yeah. Okay, now let's switch gears and discuss. It says around the ring. It says WrestleMania 29 will be held on April 7, 2013 in New Jersey. So what's your thoughts on that, guys?
Well, for 29 being in New Jersey, I mean, I think that's cool, but to me that almost signifies that 30 can't be in New York because it's so close to each other. You know, 2 events, 2 years. I mean, it's happened before. It's not completely unheard of, but in, you know, modern times, that doesn't really happen. I'm hoping that they're going to have WrestleMania 30 in Dallas because you can have over 130,000 people in the, what is it called?
The Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah, the Cowboy Stadium. And they have that humongous screen that goes like 20-yard line to 20-yard line, and it would be like the biggest wrestling event in history. And I mean, you know, I know I'm like, yeah, I want that to happen because I'm from Texas, and going back to Dallas to have WrestleMania 30, like the biggest event ever, would be awesome. But I don't think, I mean, traditionally you have WrestleMania 1 at Madison Square Garden, you have 10, 20, and you would think 30, but I'm not thinking that's actually going to happen this time. They'll kind of break that tradition.
I don't think that would be fair. They need to move it around the country.
Yeah, you know, forget tradition, just do something different, WWE. Okay, now let's switch gears and discuss about 30. They said it might go London. Now, we discussed this off camera. I think it'd be a great move, but you said it because the time zone, you know?
Yeah, the time zone, if you have WrestleMania in London, I mean, when they record an episode of Raw in London, they usually record it, I think, at 2 in the afternoon or something like that. And, you know, changing the pay-per-view time, I don't know, it's kind of risky business for WrestleMania. It's not like all of us wrestling fans aren't going to watch it or aren't going to be like, oh, well, if it's Saturday at 2 p.m., I'm not going to watch it. I mean, come on, you know, it's like, it's WrestleMania, you're going to watch it even if it comes on some crazy time. Well, I guess unless it's like 2 in the morning or something.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the biggest thing. And plus, you know, you have all these places in the States that bid to have WrestleMania in their town because it means so much money to the local government, to the local area, and all the people involved in it. So I think it would be a stretch for WrestleMania to happen in there, but it would be cool to see, and I think it would be very interesting if it was to happen.
True, but it'd be kind of weird to see it not live because then everyone knows the results already. You know what I'm saying, guys?
Oh, I think it would be live no matter what. Like, I don't think that they would tape it and show it. I think that they would just have to show it at some crazy time. I mean, that would just kind of take away from WrestleMania in every single way if it wasn't live.
Okay, that'd be kind of cool. Now, what's your thoughts on, let me see here, on Owen Hart, who just passed away 13 years ago?
What's my thoughts on Owen Hart?
Yeah, Owen Hart, yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, it's like one of the saddest things to ever happen in wrestling, and I mean, I don't know, it's very tragic. Like, thinking about it now, you know, if Owen Hart was still around, he would be like retiring.
Yeah.
And, you know, he would have had a really long career, and it's really interesting to me what would have happened to Owen Hart if, you know, if he was still alive, because Bret Hart would have probably, you know, he was in WCW, and Owen Hart would have to be in the WWE, and it would be interesting to see if they would actually push Owen Hart to become champion, or if he would have defected to WCW and helped out WCW. You know, the whole landscape of wrestling could have changed, you know, if he would have stuck around. And I mean, it's just sad, like, every time I think about it, that something like that actually took place, you know?
Yeah, good point.
It's a stupid reason. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just dumb. Like, he shouldn't have even, I mean, I'm not saying it's his fault, but they shouldn't have tried to make him do that. It was just stupid.
True.
I mean, it wasn't like, you know, he drug overdosed like some other wrestlers. I mean, it was just some stupid accident
For
with
a stupid gimmick.
Yeah, for him coming off the rafters as a superhero, you know?
Yeah, true. And it was McMahon's fault, not Owens. They pushed Owen to that brink, you know what I'm saying, guys?
Yeah, I mean, Owen didn't want to do it, and he was afraid of heights and kept putting off, you know, getting up there, and he just didn't want to do it, and you know, that just sucks. I mean, I don't know who to point the finger to, but I mean, you know, it was an accident, so.
True.
I mean, nobody saw it coming.
Yeah. Right now, if he was alive, he'd be in the Hall of Fame right now, but we all know that the wife don't want nothing to do with it anymore, you know, because she sued WWE twice already, so I understand that, you know what I'm saying, everyone?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks that she keeps suing him, but it's kind of funny in a way that WWE keeps putting his footage on DVDs.
Yeah. Now let's switch gears to talk about Lesnar. I heard reports that he definitely, I don't know if it's true, that he's going to UFC. Is this true or is this a rumor going around?
That sounds totally like a rumor to me. I mean, going back to UFC, I mean, he had to leave because, you know, he had that surgery. And, I mean, he's obviously getting up there in years. I mean, to me, it was pretty obvious when he stepped back into a WWE ring, he was a much, much older Brock Lesnar. And I just think that, I just don't believe that at all. I mean, this all sounds just like a ruse, like a WWE plot storyline. I mean, he's under contract to WWE, and whether he likes it or not, like in reality, he's under a binding contract, and he's going to have to adhere to that.
Yeah, that's true. But what's your thoughts on John Laurinaitis and John Cena build up so far?
Man,
I'm not a big fan of this.
I'm not either, because to me, when John Laurinaitis was at his peak and he had all the heat and everybody hated him when he was with CM Punk, and they completely blew that angle in every way they possibly could. They had Triple H come in, everything. All the hot air or whatever has been let out of the balloon to me. I mean, it's been like, what, a year now?
Yeah.
John Laurinaitis to me is cold as anything. Like, he just doesn't seem interesting as he did. And
a year
he's
ago.
just I'm not liking it. And him with John Cena, to me, that's just stupid. And then they had, you know, Laurinaitis beat Cena, but Cena had just beaten Brock Lesnar, and I'm just rolling my eyes at just the idea of it. But hopefully they can do something to make it more interesting. But for now, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not liking it.
True. Do you guys play video games once in a while if you had free time?
Yeah, we try to.
I like the Wii. I play little kids' video games. I'm not a good gamer, so I mean, it has to be made for a kid under the age of about 7 or 8 for me to play it. I like Mario a lot.
Mario and Yoshi, but for me, you know, I have a whole lot of video game systems, and the only reason I have them is so I can play the WWE games. Like, you know, I have N64 and PlayStation 2 and 3.
Like every wrestling game ever made.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Now, what's your thoughts on you have PS3, right, dude?
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna come with the 4 in the future? Any word?
About the PS4?
Yeah.
Well, they said that the PS3 was supposed to last 10 years, and it doesn't seem like it's going to before they make the next system.
Oh yeah, 10 years, come on.
I mean, I really loved my PS3.
That's true, I love my PS3 too.
You can-
It has Blu-ray player, and it has Netflix, it does everything.
Yeah, and I mean, PS4 will be cool, but I'm not planning on picking one up, and I don't know what they could do to it to make it, you know, higher above the PS3.
Just pretty much don't buy video game systems new, because it's like ridiculous.
Not brand new, but yeah, it's going to be a while before I pick up one of those for sure.
Well, they can make an adjustment, maybe a 3D version, but that's the only thing I could think of, you know?
Well, I mean, the PS3's already got 3D support.
Does it?
Yeah, if you have a 3D TV, you can download.
Okay.
They have 3D games on the PS store.
So I guess you need a 3D TV for that, correct, guys?
Right.
Okay, now let's switch gears. Talk about you guys like any superhero movies or not a big fan?
I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I like, you know, like Batman, obviously. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah, Batman is like my favorite. It's probably The Dark Knight is the only one that I've been following. I wanted to see the Avengers, but I haven't yet.
That is awesome. I recommend you go see it. If you do see it, stay at the end. There's a bonus scene. You will not regret it.
Awesome. Oh, and we saw the Watchmen was really cool.
I have not seen that movie.
And yeah.
That's.
Yeah, and then the Punisher from 2003 with Kevin Nash in it.
Yeah. Or yeah, that one's better. They had another Punisher. That one sucks balls. Remember the other one they had?
Yeah, and then they have another one after that. It was like 2010 or something.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but I know they came out with another Punisher like just a few years ago.
Really?
Yeah, just a few years ago.
I never knew that, man. Let me ask you a question. Do you play online on PS3? Do you play online?
I played online with SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, but I mean, I haven't gotten another new SmackDown game since then, so I haven't been playing it online.
You don't have WWE12 yet?
No, I haven't been playing video games as much. I've been going back to my old school stuff, really. It just, man, those games take so much time, and especially with YouTube, I just don't really have the time to play the games in the season modes anymore. I would love to, but I just don't.
Yeah, I only played my W12 once, and that's kind of sad because I like to play old games like you said, old school, I like the old school games, and, do you play Mortal Kombat before? Mortal Kombat versus DC?
Yeah, I got Mortal Kombat on Genesis.
No, I'm talking about the Mortal Kombat versus DC, that game?
Yeah, I don't think I actually know that one.
That game is just freaking amazing. Now, you guys, you have any questions you want to ask me before I let you go?
Not that I can think of. I think we covered a lot.
Now, I like your Twitter background. That's freaking amazing. Mine's awesome, too. I don't know. Do you think, what's going to be longer? Do you think Facebook's going to be longer or Twitter? Or do you think that they're going to compete?
Well, I mean, to me, they're two completely different things, in a lot of ways, because, Facebook has moved to be kind of like a place like, almost like Ancestry.com, where you can put all these life events and talk about your, it's like this huge thing that keeps growing into something large, but Twitter is like the opposite. It's like the smallest thing you can possibly have. Everything you say has to be under 140 characters. You only can have these little photos, and, it's just for quickness. And I just think that they're two different things. And I mean, I have a Facebook and I have a Twitter, and I use them for different purposes. So to me, they're not really competitors. But right now, Twitter is more of a favorite thing for me because I can connect with everybody and I can be close to everybody and I talk to everybody just like that. So I like it.
Is there any wrestlers you'd like to see come back sometime this summer or the beginning of 2013, guys?
Oh, well, I would like to see The Undertaker at WrestleMania next year, but other than that, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. What about you?
Now, for myself, I like to see, I know it's not going to happen, Stinger and face Taker in the future, just one match, that's it,
Yeah, I mean, Sting, he's getting old, but I hope that can happen. I just don't think that it will. I wish that it could have happened like 10 years ago, or like in '98 or something.
Or a couple years ago when they have at Atlanta, Georgia, when the former homer of WCW, but he said he wants to do it, but he kind of regretted it. But that's your fault, Sting. That's your fault. They'll be off you a contract, but whatever,
Well, I mean, I can understand because you know how WWE is, and they have no problem with knocking somebody down and giving somebody a ridiculous gimmick. I mean, you see what they did to Diamond Dallas Page when he came into the WWE, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, that was one of the reasons why Sting was like, yeah, I don't think so.
Plus the ridiculous travel schedule. I mean, that would suck a lot, especially if you were older and had a family and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't want to be away from my family that much.
True, but Undertaker's a veteran, and he doesn't travel as much. He's a veteran. When last time we saw Taker now? At Mania, a lot of people are complaining on it. He should be back now. Let him heal. We don't need him right now. Let the young guys take over the show. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I like Taker smart. He's got his once-a-year appearance down.
Yep.
I like that.
But see, the thing with Taker has been a company boy for a long, long time, and I mean,
he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he can do anything he wants. But somebody like Sting, even though he's popular with the fans, he's not popular. I mean,
he's not the Undertaker.
Yeah, he's not homeboys with the Office, so I don't think he's gonna. If he was to sign, he's not gonna get a free pass on everything.
Okay, that's all I have for today. You want to say goodbye or anything else you want to say, guys?
Sure, sure. Bye. Follow us on Twitter at MXW Chronics and MXW Crystal. We're Chronics and Crystal from the most extreme wrestling.
Okay, everyone, have an awesome day from your friend, Team Rara. Goodbye, and the champ is hired. Peace out. Woo!